So, students, how are you all? I hope all are okay. So, today we are going to discuss some numericals. What is the chapter? Chapter is constant electric force and field vacuum, right? So, let's see one by one question. So, in question one, you have to calculate the ratio of electrostatics and gravitational interaction force, right? अ, किनके बीच में निकालना है कि फर्स्ट निकालना है कि टू इलेक्ट्रॉन्स के बीच में रेशियो निकालना है इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स और ग्रेविटेशनल इंटरेक्शन फोर्स को एंड सेकंड टू प्रोटॉन्स का निकालना है एंड व्हाट वैल्यू ऑफ द स्पेसिफिक चार्ज q by m of particle would this force become equal फोर्स इक्वल कब होगा उसके लिए निकालना है राइट इन द केस ऑफ इंटरेक्शन आइडेंटिकल पार्टिकल के लिए निकालना है तो चलो एक एक चीज निकालते हैं तो ये सब निकालने के लिए आपको कुछ चीज तो पहले से डेफिनेशन ये सब तो पता होना चाहिए जो एक बार वो गो थ्रू कर देते हैं आपके लिए कि इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स फोर्स क्या था इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स फोर्स जिसको हम क्या बोलते थे कूलॉम फोर्स सो लेट अस रिप्रेजेंटेड इट एफ ऑफ ई तो ये क्या था ये था 1/4 पाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट इनटू q1 q2 बाय r स्क्वायर right and second is what was the gravitational force so gravitational force क्या था इसको अगर हम एफ ऑफ जी से रिप्रेजेंट करें तो ये क्या था जी इंटू m1 m2 बाई आर स्क्वायर राइट so now what will be the ratio of fe by f of g so you will get easily 1/4 pi epsilon naught into g into q1 q2 by r square by m1 into m2 so you just divide two things f of e and f of g so these two are definition this is for electrostatic force and this is for gravitational force now what is the identical particle sir so for identical particle q1 equal to q2 so let's say it is equal to q and m1 equal to m so for identical case both charges are same and masses are same okay so now what will be the f of e by f of g it will be 1/4 pi epsilon naught into g into q square by m square right you just put the value of q1 and q2 in q and m1 and m2 in am right so uh, you can write these things like this 1/4 pi epsilon into g into q by m ka whole square right so what are the questions sir I have to calculate the ratio of electrostatics and gravitational interaction force between two electrons first case and second case two protons and third case for identical condition so let's try to find one by one case so for case one two electrons two electrons so what will be this we know what is the q for electron it is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb right what is m mass of electron 9.11 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg so we already know what is the value of 1/4 pi epsilon naught it is 9 into 10 to the power 9 so it was 9 into 10 to the power 9 right so now what will be the ratio of fe by f of g it will you can directly put the value you can will get easily 4.2 into 10 to the power 42 तो आप एक बार कैलकुलेट करो और एक जो गिवन डाटा है वो गिवन डाटा को प्रूव करो फिर कैलकुलेटर में डालो आपके आंसर आ गया आप आंसर एक बार मैच कर लीजिए राइट and you know what is the value of g equal to 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. This is called gravitational constant. Gravitational constant, right? And second case is for two proton. For two protons, we know the mass of the proton is 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 27. And what will be the Fe by F of G? We just put the value of in place of M1 and M2, you just put the value of this, and you will easily get 1.24 into 10 to the power 36, right? And now the last case and case 3 for when force become equal, when force become equal, that means F equal to F of G, right? So what will be this? This will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into G into Q by M whole square equal to 1. Because we already know what is the value of Fe by F of G, right? Nevertheless, and here this both will be equal. So just write the ratio equal to 1, right? So you can easily write here Q by M whole square equal to 4 pi epsilon naught into G. So you will get Q by M equal to root under 4 pi epsilon naught into G, right? So ultimately Q by M equal to root under G by 9 into 10 to the power 9. It will approximate value 8.6 into 10 to the power minus 11 0 per kg, right? So this was the first question for us, and you just try to read carefully first questions, and try to write in your copy the given data. After that, just put the value in your calculator, and you will get easily answer. Okay, saying two particle charge q1 and q2 located at the point with radius vector r1 and r2. Where the negative charge q3 and a radius vector r3 of the point at which it has to be placed for force acting on each, their charges to be equal to 0. चार्ज जहां पे जीरो होगा वहां पे फाइंड करना है. तो चलो पहले क्या करते हैं, पहले इनका डायग्राम देख लेते हैं. डायग्राम देख लेते हैं कि मेरे पास एक ऐसा एक्सिस है, ऐसे इधर एक्सिस है, तो मैंने नाम दे दिया ये एक्सिस को x, this axis for y, and this is for z. And what are the vectors, sir? Let's say this vector is r1 vector, r2 vector, and r3 vector, right? So it will be q3 and it will be q2, right? And this is r3 vector, this is r2 vector. Okay, and what will be the if this direction is here, so what will be the this position vector? R2 vector minus R3 vector, right? This vector is R3, this vector is R2, so this will be R2 minus R3. And what will be this? This will be R1 minus R3 vector. Okay, so from Coulomb's law, तो ये क्वेश्चंस तो बहुत इजी है. आप किस वे से समझ रहे हो ये जरूरी है. अगर आप ये क्वेश्चंस को इजी वे में समझ पा रहे हो तो ये इजी है, इजीली सॉल्व कर सकते हो विदाउट वेस्ट एनी टाइम. सो जब इक्वल करोगे कूलम्स लॉ से तो ये क्या हो जाएगा, 1/4 पाई एप्सिलॉन कट जाएगा और दोनों साइड लिख सकते हो Q1 Q2, ये दोनों फोर्स के लिए Q1 Q2 डिवाइड बाई R of 1 2 होल स्क्वायर पोजीशंस वेक्टर का, एंड दिस विल बी Q1 into Q3 डिवाइडेड बाई R1 3 का होल स्क्वायर. ये Q1 और Q3 लिया तो वो जो डिस्टेंस किन दोनों के बीच में लेंगे, 1 और 3 के बीच में. यहाँ पे Q1 और Q2 दो चार्जेस लिया तो डिस्टेंस किन दोनों के बीच में होगा, वन और टू के बीच में, राइट। सो आप यहाँ पे क्या कर सकते हो, Q1 Q2, Q1 जो है ये Q1 कट जाएगा और आपके पास क्या रहेगा, Q2/R12 स्क्वायर इक्वल टू Q3 डिवाइडेड बाय R13 स्क्वायर। सो यू कैन टेक इट मॉड, जो Q3 है आप मॉड ले सकते हो यहाँ पे, क्योंकि Q3 क्या कर, Q3 इस साइड जा रहा है तो ये नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव हो सकते हैं, तो मैंने मॉड ले लिया, राइट। तो जैसे कि ये Q1 को काट के हमारे पास ये चीज आया, तो सिमिलरली फॉर Q2 को लेके आ जाएगा, Q2 की जगह Q1 आ जाएगा, R12 स्क्वायर इक्वल टू Q3 सेम रहेगा, R(2) का स्क्वायर। तो मैं ये जो ऊपर बोला था इसको नाम दे दिया 1 और ये नाम दे दिया 2, राइट। सो अब क्या कर रहा हूँ, अब डिवाइड कर रहा हूँ, इसको और इसको डिवाइड कर रहा हूँ, तो क्या हो जाएगा, ये R12 स्क्वायर वाला जो टर्म है ये कट जाएगा, राइट। ये R12 वाला जो टर्म है ये कट जाएगा, तो इसको क्या लिख सकते हैं, Q2 बाई, जब डिवाइड करूंगा तब ये मिल जाएगा Q2/Q1 इक्वल टू R13 स्क्वायर बाई R23 स्क्वायर, राइट। तो हमें क्या चाहिए, रेशियो ऑफ दिस चाहिए था, तो क्या लिख दूंगा, R13/R23 इक्वल टू रूट अंडर Q2/Q1, राइट। गॉट इट और नॉट। क्वेश्चन बहुत इजी है, आपको सिर्फ समझना होगा कि क्वेश्चन किस वजह से सॉल्व करे तो मुझे जल्दी आंसर मिल जाएगा। नाउ इस क्वेश्चन में क्या बोला है, अच्छे से देखो, ये पॉजिटिव पॉइंट चार्ज 15 माइक्रोकूलम इज लोकेटेड एट ए प्लेन एक्स वाई एट पॉइंट विथ रेडियस वेक्टर दिया हुआ है। आई जे क्या है, आई जे यूनिट वेक्टर है, किसके अकॉर्डिंग, आई जो है सर वो एक्स एक्सिस के अकॉर्डिंग यूनिट वेक्टर है, वाई जो है सर वो वाई एक्सिस के, जे जो है वो वाई एक्सिस के रेस्पेक्ट में यूनिट वेक्टर है। तो हमें फाइंड क्या करना है, फाइंड द वेक्टर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड स्ट्रेंथ ई एंड इट्स मैग्नीट्यूड एट अ पॉइंट विथ रेडियस वेक्टर दिस, और आर नॉट एंड आर आर द एक्सप्रेस इन मीटर, मीटर में एक्सप्रेस करने के लिए बोला है। तो चलो ये तो इजी है, कैसे सोल्व करें, पहले आप देखो कि चार्ज क्या दिया है, चार्ज दिया है 50 कूलम। सो चार्ज चार्ज Q इक्वल टू 50 माइक्रो कूलम, तो इसको कूलम में कर लेते हैं, 50 इंटू 10⁻⁻6 कूलम, राइट। और आर नॉट वेक्टर क्या दिया हुआ है, आर नॉट वेक्टर ये दिया हुआ है 2i plus 3j, you can write this as a unit vector, it will be better, and r vector is 8i hat minus 5 j cap or hat, you can say anything. And what will be the position vector, just divide, just subtract small r vector minus r naught vector, right. So what will be your r, 8 minus 2 I cap plus minus 5 minus 3 j cap. Just subtract first component with first component, second component with second component. So you will get r vector equal to 6 I hat minus 8 j hat, right. So what will be the modulus of r? This will be root under 6 square plus 8 square. So this will become 100. So root under 100 equal to 10. And electric field, electric field denoted at E vector equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q into R vector divided by mod of RQ, it will become. So you can express the 1 by 4 pi epsilon as 9 into 10 to the power 9. So it will be 9 into 10 to the power 9 into small q 50 into 10 to the power minus 6 divided by 10 cube radius, and uh, R vector was 6 I cap minus 8 j cap, right. So if you try to calculate these things, finally you will get 3600 j cap Newton per coulomb, right. And you can easily solve the modulus of B. It will be root under 2700 square plus minus of 3600 square. So it will become 4500 Newton per coulomb, right. So now try to solve this question. This question is saying a thin half ring of radius r equal to 20 centimeter is uniformly charges to a total charge. Uh, now come with this question. A thin half ring radius 20 centimeter is uniformly charged with a total charge q equal to this. Find the magnitude of the electric field exchange at curvature and center of the half of the ring. Let's try to find. So, what are the given data for us? R equal to 20 centimeter, right? And total charge Q equal to 0.70 and C. So, it will become 0.7 into 10 to the power minus 9 coulomb, right? So, we need to find the electric field at center of curvature. We need electric field at the center of curvature. Okay. So for small charge element, for स्मॉल चार्ज एलिमेंट, अब पहले क्वेश्चंस को एक बार अच्छे से पढ़ो, फिर एक बार खुद ट्राई करो, फिर सॉल्यूशन देखो, राइट? सो चार्ज एलिमेंट dq at an angle theta. What will be the charge element angle theta? So electric field due to dq, it will be dE equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into dq by r square, right? So further for vertical component, you will get easily vertical component dEy equal to dE sin theta, and horizontal component will be cancelled. You can see by the diagram. So if when you will integrate these things, so you will get integration of d into Ey. Sorry, if you integrate these things, uh, and you will get E equal to d integration of sin theta. You can easily put the value. So ultimately, you will get E equal to integration of dEy equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught r square into integration of sin theta dq, right? So further you will put the value of dq equal to q by pi into d theta. So ultimately what you will get for E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into r square into q by pi into integration of 0 to pi sin theta d theta. And you know the what is the integration of sin theta d theta. So it will ultimately become 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into dq by pi r square. And value for 1 by 4 pi epsilon is 9 into 10 to the power 9. And uh, you know what are the value of q and r, and pi equal to, you can put 3.14. Ultimately you will get the answer. This is not exact answer, this is approximate answer. So 100 Newton per coulomb. Now what this question is saying, a sphere of radius r carries surface charge of density sigma equal to air, where a is the constant vector and r is the radius vector of a point of the sphere relative to its center. Find the electric field strength vector at the center of the sphere. Okay, so try to What are the given data for us? Sigma equal to A vector into R vector, right? And what is A vector here? A vector is constant vector. Constant vector. And what is R? R is the position vector. Position vector. So now electric field due to surface element, dE equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into sigma r square ds into minus r cap. Okay. Now we just put the value of sigma. What is sigma? Sigma equal to A vector into R vector. So you will get 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into A vector into R vector by R square into ds into minus R cap. Right? Now use these things. R vector equal to capital R into R cap. Right? So what you will get here? So you can put A vector into R vector equal to A vector into R into R hat. It will become R into A vector into R vector. Right? Easily you can solve this form. So D become 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into R into, just put the value, uh, A vector into R vector by R square and minus R hat. This will become same and ds. Right? So what is the total electric field? So total electric field dE, it will become 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into A vector into R vector into minus R at ds. Right? Because one R will be cancelled from here. Okay. So after that you will integrate these things and you will become these things 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into R into integration of A vector into R vector ds. Right? And after integrating, finally you will get the answer minus of R 3 epsilon naught into A vector. Okay. अब ये क्वेश्चंस में देख लेते हैं क्या बोला है कि टू पॉइंट चार्ज क्यू एंड माइनस क्यू सेपरेटेड बाय डिस्टेंस 2l एंड ये फिगर को आप देख सकते हो, फिगर यहाँ पे किया हुआ है, ये फिगर को आप देख सकते हो। तो और क्या बोला है कि फाइंड द फ्लक्स ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड डिस्टेंस वेक्टर अक्रॉस सर्कल ऑफ रेडियस r, right? So what are the distance between q and minus q is 2l. So first we know the formula of flux. It's phi equal to E vector into dA vector, right? So what will be phi? It will become q by 4 pi epsilon naught in omega. So you can write this form as omega equal to 2 pi into 1 minus L by root under L square plus R square. Why? Because if this is L and this is become 2L, right? So it will make a triangle and you can put this as like form. So for plus q1 charge, what will be the phi 1? Phi 1 become 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into 2 pi into 1 minus L by root under L square plus R square. And for minus q, what will be the phi 2? It will become 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into 2 pi into 1 minus L by root under L square plus R square. And for total flux, you just add 2. Total flux, if I say this is phi, then total flux will be phi 1 plus phi 2. So it will become 2 into q 4 pi epsilon naught uh, into 2 pi multiply here 1 minus ly root under l square plus r square, right? So phi equal to q by epsilon naught into 1 minus l by root under l square plus r square. So आपको क्या निकालने के लिए बोला था यहाँ पे फाइंड द फ्लक्स ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. So this is our answer, flux of electric field. So we just make a diagram properly and just put the value and you will get these things. You have to find easily for minimum time is spent. So just I am trying to step jumps. मैं step jump करके कुछ चीज फाइंड कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि इसमें ज्यादा टाइम आपको नहीं लगाना चाहिए. मिनिमम 2 to 3 minutes में आपको ये क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करना है इसलिए. These questions, this is the part 3 of constant electric field and vacuum. What questions are saying? Find the electric field strength vector is potential of field as form phi equal to r, where a is the constant vector and r is the radius vector of a point field. Right? So this is the easy questions. So what is the phi? Phi equal to a into r. R is the vector, a is the constant vector, and r is positions vector. So for positions vector, we can write these things x vector equal to x I hat plus y j cap plus j k cap, right? So for electric field equal to minus, you know this formula, nebula into phi. So expand the dot product, expand the dot product, expand the dot product, and you will get phi equal to ax into x plus ay into y plus az into z. So what will be the nebula into phi? Nebula into phi will become, just put the a value of ax in place of ax, put the value del phi by del x I hat plus del phi by del y z hat plus del phi by del z k hat. And finally it will become equal to a vector and e vector equal to minus phi. That was the definition for this. And we know nebula phi equal to a, so it will become minus a vector, right? So what is the electric field? Equal to minus a vector. Now for this question, find the potential of phi of x comma y of an electric field E equal to this, where A is the constant and I J are unit vector along x-axis and y-axis. So let us try to find this. So what is the E vector? E vector equal to 2ax y I cap plus a into x square minus y square j cap, right? So what I have to find? Find potential of phi of x comma y, right? So now find the relation between E vector and potential. So we know uh, E vector equal to minus nebula into phi and Ex equal to minus del phi by del x, and what will be the Ey? Ey will be minus del phi by del y, right? So try to find del phi by del x equal to 2axy, and if we integrate these things, so it will become minus 2axy dx, and phi will become minus ax square y plus f of y. F of y is the function of y, because here we are finding the form of partial derivative of the form of x. Okay, so constant will be become a function of y, and for y component, what you will get? Minus del phi by del y equal to a into x square plus y square. Just partial differentiate with respect to y, nothing else. So it will become ax square plus f dash into y, and ultimately when you will solve this, this will become ax square minus f dash y equal to ax square minus ay square. So f dash y equal to ay square, right? This term will be cancelled. So finally, f of y will be ay square dy, and it will become ay cube by 3. And ultimately, phi of xy, what will be this? Add that two things, del phi by del x and del phi by del y. So you will get minus a x square y plus a y cube by 3 plus c. And for these questions, determine the potential phi of x comma y comma z on an electric field equal to this, where a and b the constant, I j k are the unit vector along x axis, y axis, and z axis. And this is an easy problem, so you can solve easily. What are the given data? E vector equal to ay I cap plus ax plus bj j cap plus by k cap, right? So what we need? We need potential at phi of x comma y comma z. We need this, right? So what was your our E equal to minus of nebula into phi. So Ex will become minus del phi by del x, Ey will become minus del phi by del y, and Ez will become minus del phi by del z. So for x component, minus del phi by del x will become ax into del phi by del x, it will minus ay, and after that integrating this, you will get phi equal to minus axy plus f of y comma z. And for y component, minus del phi by del y will be ax plus bz, just partial derivative with respect to y, and here just partial derivative with respect to x. You can get easily these things, as when you will differentiate it, you will get the function f of y as the terms of minus bj, right? And after that, you just integrate these things, it will become minus z y plus g of z, because here the functions differential function with respect to y, so the integration constant will be functions of z. And for z component for z component, minus del phi by del z equal to by, and when you will integrate these things, you will get g dash z equal to 0, so g will be constant. So after add the potential in the form of phi of x comma y comma z, you will get, add these three things, del phi by del x plus del phi by del y plus del phi by del z. You will get the final answer. So it will become axy minus bzy plus c. So this is your final answer, right? So thanks for watching this video.